What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu and BB, and we are back with another recap, review, and rant of Married at First Sight. Today we have one of the dogs that was not on the show today. Okay, Ali, one of the few.
All the dogs, one of the few dogs in the world.
Ali, how are you?
Everybody say hi to Ali.
How did you enjoy the episode, Ali?
Hi, Ali.
There was a lot of your
it, but he
kind there
felt like it
today.
was like, all his friends was on there. He was hollering at that TV all night. Barking at his friends. What y'all doing?
What's up, everybody who are coming in here? We want to shout out to all of the mods and some of our favorite supporters. A lot of you all did go over to your faves channel and left a couple of comments. We were talking, and right in the middle of it, BB was like, hold on. Some people have some things to say to me.
They have some things to say. So and your fans say what they got to say.
Yes, they are. We call them supporters over here.
Okay, supporters.
I don't want to get a big head. They will, because they put me back in my place. They will be back in my place. How are you doing?
God is good.
He is. What about you?
Everything
Paige?
Is everything.
Okay.
Definitely not a fool. I'm gonna tell you that.
Oh, amen.
Not a fool.
Amen. So you guys, we're gonna be recapping and reviewing Married at First Sight episode. What is it? 7 now? I think we're on. I'm really excited about the episode. We have decided that we're gonna cut it down real short for y'all, girl, because we've been here for last episode.
All night.
I thought it was a good episode.
All night.
Well, we was all night long, like Michael Jackson. Does Michael Jackson sing that song? Who sings all night long? No, that's not Michael Jackson.
Like DeBarge or somebody.
No, it's
I thought you were going with like We Be All Night.
Hey. Paris Hilton and
no. Let me stop you right there.
Paris Hilton, but Paris Hilton's friend
Nicole
Richie. Lionel Richie sings all night long, right?
Oh, maybe so.
I was gonna get there eventually.
Okay, well, take it.
Oh, see, there we go. Oh, I was about to say, I know I was gonna get there.
Okay.
I have to go by my generation. Okay, so in my generation, I knew Nicole and Paris because they was doing those jobs and stuff, and I know her daddy is not her daddy, but he sings.
Okay. Right.
Just shows you how young you babies are. We are fetile, okay? Just left the womb, not a day over 16 months. Okay. So let's get into this episode. Who you want to start with? Pick a couple, girl. Pick a couple.
I would actually like to start with Haley and Jacob.
I am starting to still love them more and more. And I think it's because I am loving the very rational, emotional communicativeness of Jacob. And even when he is toxic, he's trying to give you a reason for, or he at least he understands himself well enough, or the process well enough, and he's like, look, that was wrong, okay? And I'm gonna tell you where it stems from. But he can communicate himself. I mean, how he feels, he communicates the process well. And I love a man like that. You can put a fanny pack on if you're gonna talk to me like that. You can have all of the neon lights on if you're gonna talk to me about your emotions like that. What you think about the couple overall so far before we dive into their story?
I am still a medium hopeful for them.
Okay.
I think that last episode was that first fight is a doozy, learning how to get through that. So I think I have to wait and see until like I need to see if they can bounce back. Like, how do they handle that in the next episode? And then I think I'll have more to say about like what I think like on the whole.
That sounds good.
I'm gonna say honestly, right now I'm not liking Haley. I don't like Haley.
Ooh, I don't like no Haley.
I don't like that Haley.
I don't like no Haley. She can't tell you why she doing things, how she doing things. I think she making up ass and she go, I don't like Haley. I don't like her.
And she turned on that victimization nonsense real quick. I did not like that. I do not like that. He talking about you lying. You can't prove you wasn't lying. Then you talking about I couldn't eat. Girl, nobody talking about your appetite. We're talking about your lies and fallacies. Not your appetite, man. We don't care. That's not what we're talking about right now. So I'm confused. Who said something about that?
That is
when she bust out there, I have not eaten for 2 days because this was upsetting. Girl, no one can. And my friend Jacob said, well, I'm sorry. But the but was what sent me because he's sorry to hear that. However, you still alive. You still alive? I love it. I love it.
I loved it. So you all, this is the episode where they're all going back home and they're I don't want to say they're blending families, but they're moving out of their separate residences to those who have them, and they're going to cohabitate in a apartment complex together in Atlanta. And I'm assuming, and I'm not sure if you noticed, is it all the same building?
Yeah, they usually put them in the same building. For the past couple seasons, they've been doing that.
Okay, great. Because then if you need to commiserate or leave your apartment and don't go down to somebody else's and talk to them, you can go do that.
Yeah, but they actually, like, when they did that for like New Orleans, DC, but you didn't see a bunch of like people being in other people's apartments. Oh. Like they really minded their business, but I think for the sake of production and stuff, it probably saves them a lot of money and time to put everybody in one place.
Amen.
So back in the day, they used to have to pick somebody's house to move into.
Ooh, that's kind of hard.
It was a lot. It created a lot of issues for people.
That's kind of hard. And I need to marry somebody who got a mansion. If I got shut up. My chair said me too, girl. But I need to pick somebody who got a mansion if we gonna have to cohabitate like that. But so they get back, Haley and Jacob there. Apparently they didn't say anything to each other. Okay. I thought that was just, B-roll. She came back on the plane, she switched her seat. She said she needed a window seat. She needed an exit. She said, can I get a window seat? Don't want nobody next to me. She meant just Jacob, though. You better. That's how she was singing Arca.
Yeah, I'm bothered.
And she got back home. They went through. She's trying to have a love. He's like, the thing was, he was trying to carry the conversation, but also carry her at the same time because he was like, "Oh, I wish I get a new seat too, Shayna Bean." But because he was like, "Well, should we just had a tour, or should can we just start it right here? Because it looks like it's about to be over soon." He didn't know if he wanted to see the environment or if he wanted to drag her
or see her out.
I saw him trying his best, and I have this problem sometimes where. Busy is emotional. So sometimes I try to control them and not say anything about it because I don't know. Sometimes I don't feel like I have the emotional space to do so. Not in this relationship because I do. But before. So then I can see myself being quiet, but still being mad. Like, oh, are you ready to eat? Oh, did you already eat something? Like, like I'm trying. I want to let the emotions out, but I also want to get the day started.
So petty.
So I saw myself in Jacob one of those times. I'm like, come on, Jacob, just sit down and talk to the lady. Just talk to the lady. And as he's trying to explain it to her, like BB said, she going off on her diet. Appetite.
She don't have no accountability. When he said you have no accountability, that was the part because he's right.
Mm-hmm.
The gentleman in neon is correct.
I think that what frustrated me throughout their conversation was that she took too much time trying to play the victim, that she was not trying to help him understand what's going on.
She's not accountable, but I think that's also a defense mechanism for somebody who was lying.
we do have on matching shirts, hoodies for this review. Howard
And that was
University.
just by chance. We just,
When the
hardly home, but
spirit moves
always
and
rapping.
calls you, yeah. Amen. Oh, gee, thank you. We can or whatever. Or
Always.
whatever. We do what we can. Okay, we do what we can. So after that, they kind of make up. They sleep in their separate beds. They sleep in the guest room. I didn't think that the apartment was nice enough. Excuse me, the bubbly. I'm trying to be like you, but my somebody said, put the champagne down.
Be like
Um,
who? Me?
yeah, you love. I don't like champagne like that, and you do like
Oh,
champagne, so I try to do like
oh,
champagne.
I'm on a drinking hiatus.
Oh no, yeah, not you now. But champagne's never been my thing. I like hard liquors. But I said, well, let me
Yeah.
switch it up, and my body said, okay, well,
I see
do
you trying to act
if you can, okay. I don't think this
Okay,
is gonna be for
Pinky.
me though. I need to get back to my Virginia mood. So they sleep in their
Trashed at 2
separate.
p.m.
they,
Trash.
they sleep in their
Trash.
separate bedrooms. I did not think that apartment was nice enough to have a guest room, but
No,
they
they
did
all
have
they
one.
always get them 2 bedrooms. Let me tell you something. People sleep in a guest room more often than you think on this show. Them second bedrooms get utilized, my friend.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Close a couple of windows. Because I was above ring. Go ahead, go. Also, tell us what happened when they went to each other's homes, and then I'm gonna close a couple of windows.
Oh, well, who went to? Haley and Jacob. I didn't take notes on that when they went to each other's homes. Oh, okay. So her style is really like sleek and modern. Her place was nice, and he asked a lot of questions. Did you style this yourself? Did you put this up yourself? Which was really nice. I think her home has a really nice style, but as you know, very different from Jacob's. Jacob is more like retro. He has that neon situation going on in that basement. And everything else is more of a rustic feel. I don't hate the rustic. Now, I think that there's actually some room for them to compromise and do like a Joanna Gaines clean modern rustic. But if they don't watch HGTV, then they don't know about the possibilities. But yeah, I mean, I think that they're going to have some trouble, like if they do figure out how to stay together past the 8 weeks, where are they gonna live? Because Jacob owns his own house, and I think that there's some really nice elements of his house, but he needs like some updates. I do think, however, and I see y'all saying Jacob is a turnoff. Um, I'm starting to like him because I think that he's more flexible than we give him credit for. She's not expressing herself and saying what she doesn't like. And when we do that to our partners, we don't give them a chance to fix it and do any better or do anything closer to what we want. Um, so I think he's serious about his 80s stuff and like wants to keep it, but I do think she's embarrassed of him, but I think she's also not communicating. This is a thing that I don't like. He is a good communicator. I think he's a
Mm-hmm.
really strong communicator.
Very,
And
very much.
she's just not a good communicator. So like things are upsetting her and she's like balling them up, which is in any relationship, in any circumstance, that's just like it's just never gonna work. Never gonna work.
I agree. I loved everything about. Oh, sorry, that was me. I loved everything about. I actually do also love everything about Jacob right now. I'm a part of the Jacob Hyde. When they
Jacob
got
Hyde.
to the church, my God, when that dog tried to eat Haley's dog,
He did charge in and get that dog though. But
girl,
Chloe need to relax. Chloe gotta relax.
I was nervous looking at it, and I was thinking to myself, I looked at my dog Luke, and I said, Luke, if somebody ever did that, give me the papers immediately. Give me the papers immediately. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. I got
It's too
some
many animals on this
disturbing
season,
news.
period.
We gotta go. We got
It's
to
just
go.
too
It's some
much going
disturbing news.
on. It's too much going on.
It is a lot of animals.
Wasn't it when they
Oh,
got to
y'all,
his
I'm
house,
sorry,
they
but my
had
internet.
dogs fighting in the kitchen and stuff when they got there? I said, oh,
They have 4 altogether, right?
yeah, child, that's wild and that's chaotic. I don't like that.
I was okay with it. Just all of them together in the same home. It's a lot. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
I
Somebody
mean,
said her dog is high strong. Her dog is as high strung as her. Y'all thought so? She was very fancy. She was a very fancy dog. You got a fancy dog too, so
who got a fancy dog?
uh, you got a fancy
Oliver.
dog.
Oh, if you could hear what the people saying about you on the Beyonce segment.
She has a fancy dog, y'all.
And my
Um,
friend Ollie just trying to take a little nap over here. How dare
oh
you?
no, exactly.
How
Little nap,
dare you?
evening naps. Okay,
Yeah, he
how
likes
lucky.
to take he get warmed up. We like to take a couch nap before we go to bed to warm up till we could be ready to go to bed. You gotta take a little nap first.
Okay. So
My
when they
husband
get
has
to go
banned
sleep,
me from doing that now.
amen, because you won't be ready to go to bed.
No,
We
I'll be
get to
warmed up.
To Pastor Cap. We get to Pastor Cap, and they're trying to talk about what's going on. This is when I saw even more of the emotional intellect, and understanding that Jacob has. He's like, look, these are a lot of these things are stemming from the past. Now, Jacob, you gotta let those things go slowly and
And that's why
surely.
we all need a therapist. We all need a therapist.
I'm sorry you were the other woman, but that wasn't your past life. You married now, okay?
Because he did
So
jump to you got another boyfriend. I said,
very quickly,
where you
very
get that? Come on and
it
present the
was out of
evidence.
the
I'm like, oh, bring out the receipt for this. Hmm. And he ain't got no receipts.
none, not a near one, nowhere to
Not a
start.
nail one. Not a
Okay?
nail one.
Because he had been the other one before. So it's like you were acting in ways in which Jacob has been feeling when he was like, oh, you about to leave? Are you not staying the night? And she was like, no, I gotta go. Back to her
You'll never be
real.
right. What once Shirley come to you as a woman, you ain't never right after that. You can't that it's not gonna be all right after that.
He said he knew the
And he'll
signs,
just be
Robin. He knew the signs, and that one was
change
saying,
the sign.
you got somebody else. And then Haley,
Mm-hmm.
she
Mm-hmm.
kept doing, I don't see it. What I don't get about her and is the same thing I felt when Jacob was like, she acted like she can't even get a hug. We hug strangers out here.
That's weird. Now that part is weird, and for me, it shows like a like you're not trying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not saying like sleep with somebody when you're not there yet, but like for physical stuff, like you have to kind of you got to lean in.
Yeah. She said no, it's kind of weird. All of it is too much for her. And for someone who has been out of a relationship for 7 years,
I knew they
this
shouldn't
is
have
what
cashed out
this
on her.
is what you're like. Oh my God, I can't do good. You may not have
Remember,
been
I
in a
said she
relationship.
was gonna get on our nerves. Remember, I said
You said it.
she
You
gonna get
did say
on
that.
our nerves because
You
she
did
gonna
say
be acting
that.
like, oh, ain't nobody touched me in 7 years. I don't know, girl.
The way she slept with him after that aquarium date, girl, you've been touched. Next,
Next
couple, who you want with
caller.
that? who
Next,
you want?
next caller.
Who you want to go to next?
Shout Virginia and Eric.
So
Hate
Virginia
him.
and Eric, hate him. Tell us more.
Hate him. Hate him. Hate him. He's a know-it-all.
Mm-hmm.
He keeps showing us that he think he know everything, especially about being married. Honey, run down your resume about successes in a marriage. Because
True.
right now, what I see that you know is how to mess it up.
Okay, okay.
Full shade
I
to you.
I'm okay with them right now. I feel like they're still on my positive side. I'll give them out of a scale of 1 to 10. I'm giving them still a 6. There's definitely issues that are there, and I don't like how he handles them. But I also don't like how she
Yeah,
handles things. So there's definitely growth that needs to happen on both sides. They
I
get
think.
back,
Go ahead.
they get back. They're real touchy feely. This couple is still touchy feely. They go to the new place, talking about what it's gonna look like. Then they go to each other's homes. Virginia home was real homey. Okay, she got poster boards, stickers, and pictures all over the walls. It looked like just like a really nice home. Then she gets to his, and to be honest, it looked the same. Okay, so to me, it looked the same, and he want to be like, did she got a nerve to say in the confessional? I don't know. This is the type of place I can live. You do, girl. You do. All they needed was a couple more pictures of people, pictures on the fridge, and y'all look like y'all got the same house. I don't know. It looked the same. And because they weren't interesting this time. Once they got with Pastor Kyle and they started talking about the whole I'm be friends with who I'm be friends with, and sometimes I do get drunk and sleep on my best male
friends.
Couches, and they're not gay, but they might as well be, but they're not. But I sleep on their couches. And Pastor Cal, he gave a little bit too much of his business. I think he was a little too one-sided during this conversation when he was reprimanding her, because that's what it sounded like. I have a wife, okay, and I would never let my wife. Sir,
I don't think he sounded like that. I don't think that was his tone.
What did you think it sounded like?
So I think he was like, look, I also have a wife, and that would never be okay with me. Right? Like, he was stern, but I don't think he was mean about it. I think, unfortunately for them and for a lot of these couples, they don't know how to compromise yet, and they don't know how to like see the middle ground. So they think that what they want individually is way farther away from the other person than it actually is. That's my opinion. So
I
like
agree.
For Virginia and Eric, I don't think that this is the hardest issue to resolve. Virginia, first of all, ma'am, grow up. Like, getting drunk to the point where you just fall asleep on people's couches, like past college, is like, you have to stop. Okay, like, stop. Now, if that has happened, right? And as my husband said, my husband was like, well, one, if these are like actually her friends, right? And they know you're married now, if you passed out on my couch, like if I passed out on your couch, you would call my husband
immediately
and tell him, come get me.
Immediately.
Right. And that's not like I'm in trouble, or like I would be like, oh, babe, I went too far. Can you come get me? I turned up a little too hard. Come get me. Right. That's fine. Like, I'm not losing any of my night. I had my good time. I'm going to bed anyway because I'm spiraling down. It's done. I've gone too far. Come get me. And I don't think he would ever care about having to come get her or like sending an Uber or something. But she like,
or at least providing why they option. Because I do feel like your husband probably be like, see, I told her not to. Nope, I'm going to make her wait till the morning.
Yeah, that's being petty because you still don't get what you want, right? She got her night out and you get your wife at home. And if your real concern is to make sure that she's well and not to like control her behavior, but to make sure that she's safe and well, you would go get her. If that's what your actual concern is. So I think if they don't arrive at that like midpoint, it's going to tell us a lot about the actual intention behind Eric being like, well, no, you can't do that, right? Because if it's safety, you'll go get her. If it's I gotta control you and you need to do what I say, then it's no, she gotta wait until the morning. She gotta figure it out because I told her.
I will say that I feel like she has an issue with understanding, girl, this is not a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. This is a marriage, because I didn't like how he kept explaining the things, and I think that Lynn is somewhat correct. It's like he don't see her as an equal because they're speaking two different languages and trying to get to the same result. Because she's like, he told me I had to ask for permission, and he was like, no, I didn't say you had to ask for permission, but I wanted you to ask if it was okay. And
to me, that's the same thing. And my husband said he doesn't think they're the same thing, but I heard it as the same thing.
It is the same thing. Let's have a conversation about what we're doing tonight. And that's what I always have to say to Taylor Bay. You don't have to ask me no questions. You are free to do whatever you want to do. And I hope you make the right decision. But let's talk about what we want to do tonight and have a conversation about it. You may be surprised. You could do whatever you want to do, and I can do whatever I want to do. Or we may want to do something together. Let's converse about it. Let's converse. Let's just have a conversation. I don't think you need to text me every time you get to one of the places. I know I need to for different reasons. Okay, made it here safely. But I don't think you need to text. Made it to the grocery store. Yes, got to play less. Now I'm at Al's Liquors. Do you want something? I think that maybe that's excessive if she's not used to it. Let me know when you get to a checkpoint. I mean, but I want to talk to my baby daddy all the time, so it's not that I have to call her every time I get somewhere. I want to.
I think that's the sad part, though, that like comes with a situation like this. I'm kind of particular about the way in which like I need to be communicated with. So when I was dating, I could immediately tell if somebody's communication style just didn't match mine. If they like texted me too much or too little, like it was very clear to me, like, oh, I don't talk to you often enough. Like you would hit me up like 5 days later and be like, oh, how you doing? No. Like either you like me or you don't. Like we either like talking or we not,
Right. Yeah.
But for some people, that's fine. One of my best friends, like that's her style. She's like, oh my God, he calls me every day. Oh my God, why? And I'm like, if a man did, like, I would never be, no. But you get to fill that out when you're dating. You get thrown in a situation like this, you just got to adapt. Again, I think Eric is coming on too strong, which is pushing Virginia away, unfortunately. I think if he lightened up, if it was just, when you're out, can you text me and let me know that you're okay? Because a lot happens in the world, and like as your husband, I am like responsible for your safety and making sure you're okay. Can you just let me know you're okay? But then he's like pushing on a whole bunch of other stuff. You think you're my girlfriend and you're really my wife, and you have to do things this way and we have to do it that. And that just feels like a ton of bricks on somebody who's new to this. I also don't like him continuing to tell her like, I think you think this is a girlfriend boyfriend situation and it's unfair. Like I don't like that. He's condescending and he's overcommitted to his idea of what he thinks marriage has to be. Like
the millennial dad bod said, "A man that texts you every few days."
He surely does. And let me tell you something. We all been a fool in our day, but once you learn the signs, and it got to a point, millennial dad bod. At one point we were younger, me and my friends used to make bets on like guys that we were dating, like who started acting crazy. We'd be like, you think he girlfriend? Nah, he ain't got a girlfriend. Nah, he married. Or you think this, or you think that. And then as I got older, it didn't matter. It did not even matter. It went from being funny and like a really wondering to like then being a joke. And then it went to, it doesn't matter. You don't act like how I want you to act. And that's not gonna work.
Amen.
Period. And I don't care what the motivation is. I don't care what the excuse. I don't care. Blocked. No. Don't care. Don't care because you're taking up the space for where my husband's supposed to be standing because you out here with your nonsense taking up room. And shoot him right out. And that's how I got the man that I got. Move.
It's time for you to go.
Move right out of my life. Move it. Okay, you could go. Because you in the way.
You are in.
You holding up traffic. Green means what?
Go. Okay. Go. Okay.
Okay. Goodbye.
Next couple, you want to get to Ryan and Claire?
Ryan and Claire, sure. Okay. So, you know what I thought was a really weird it's not a point of contention, but the discussion about bedtimes was interesting to me.
What?
Because I feel like they turned on the like doo-doo music when he said he went to bed at 10:30, like that was bad or weird. When she said she went to bed at 1:30, I said, girl, 1:30 a.m. is tomorrow. I wake up at 1:30. If I wake up at 1:30, I've been asleep for several hours and I just gotta pee. I'm not 1:30. Maybe for like the big company Christmas party, or like we really thought we was going to, it's homecoming. 1:30, homecoming? Yes.
That is me. So that is me. So there's so much that I had to do in the world that I still had to explore. Okay. So give me a second. I'm almost done. And then I can come to bed. Okay. Because Tater Bay, depending on if he reading a real juicy book, okay, he'll last out to like 11:45. Okay. If the book is real juicy and he's in there, and he's like, this one is a page turner. Okay?
Turner.
A page turner, but he normally will be in bed around 10:30. Okay. Are you coming to bed, sweetie? Because you just need to know if I'm gonna be in there with him by the end of the night at least. And I say, yes, I will. But YouTube sucks you down the drain. Work will keep me up all night. Sometimes television shows, especially Netflix, a murder mystery, will really it'll take me out. Okay.
No.
And he is in bed by 11. This is not about you. He is in bed at a certain time, and he is knocked out. He definitely is out for the count before Cinderella was supposed to be home. Okay, he definitely is before the clock strikes 12. Okay, yes, yes, I'm coming to bed equal.
If I am
up on YouTube, I can go down a YouTube rabbit hole, y'all.
I've heard
a YouTube rabbit hole. I'm sorry.
No. So I'm more of an early riser. Like I'll get out of bed first. I'm fresh in the morning, so I like tend to work. If I have extra work to do, I will get up at like 6 and start working. But I can't work like late at night. My brain like shuts down, so I can't achieve anything that late. I'm not getting anything done. And by that time, I've had enough of the world. I've had enough of everyone else. I'm taking it down. I'm getting in that bed.
She's like me. That's my best. I do my best work.
No,
I'm creative in the middle of the night. I wake up early, but I don't know if my brain is there with me yet. That's why I need all the caffeine.
I'm like spry in the morning.
My body be like, "We're here, girl."
Wakey, and also baking.
With you, I will be here with you, but don't ask too much from us yet. That's how my body is.
Now, what do you think about? Because Ryan is me. Ryan is me as well. But Ryan is going to bed by 10:30. Okay, and he's also a silence and total darkness sleeper. My mother makes fun of me because she's always like, "We can't stay in a hotel together or anything." My mama got to have a TV on all night. I say, girl, first of all, your melatonin levels are never going to make it to where they need to be because here you have all these distractions. Probably you, the Law and Order SVU is creeping all into your dreams. Everything, you can't even rest. No, I close those curtains. The big curtains, close it down. I
don't like that. See, I heard a story. I read an article that said that you sleep better when you do have the noises around you because then your body feels as if it's protected because there's a lot of stuff that's happening. You have to be more alert as a silent sleeper. When everything is dark and everything's around, your body is more alert and it's on edge, but it's not as on edge if there's sounds around. Because your body's tricked into thinking, okay, well, we're in a safe space. Like I can doze off. Yeah, yours don't do that. Okay.
See, I can't imagine how, like, if the TV was always playing, how would I hear a weird sound in my house? Right. So, say somebody was trying to break into my house, but there's always noise in my house. How would I hear a strange noise?
Right. Ollie.
Let me tell you something about your friend Ollie. You remember 101 Dalmatians where they were sending that message across the village and they was just barking down the street and across the river and through the woods? That's awesome. He's talking to all the dogs in the whole neighborhood. And you know we got these like 5 blocks back here and everybody got a dog. And he just out here hollering over yonder way to his little friend, talking to Nola and Rosalie across the street and everything. Y'all gonna have to take it down. I don't know who, man. Somebody let out one howl and he up all night barking at the people.
Oh,
Ollie ain't no help because Ollie out here trying to talk to his friends. He not listening for it in truth, and we got to do better with this dog because he not. I don't feel safer with him in the house.
Yeah. Somebody here, but girl, hold on.
Right. Yeah, somebody in here, but hold on. Let me see what my girl across the street was talking about. Or somebody here, but he gave me a snack. Can't trust Oliver.
I understand.
But it's also it's distracting. So for me, for real, like the noise, and it's like science. This is science, right? Like the light, you can't like your body is not gonna produce like the melatonin it needs for you to like really, really rest, like shut down and rest. If the light, it's like always coming through your eyelids anyway. So it's bright in the room. You can't rest like that and with that noise. And for me, like whatever the TV show was talking about or whatever, like comes into my dream.
Yeah, it does.
No, I don't like that. So the most I can do is like I can do
Podcast?
white noise. No,
white
no,
noise.
no. I can do white noise. And when I've had periods of like really high anxiety where I can't go to sleep like at all, I would do like meditation albums like off of iTunes, no voice, just
Okay.
like really soft, like waterfalls and like
I could do a good
like that kind of
water
stuff.
associated.
That's like
I could go to sleep
when
to
they
that.
go around like the metal thing and it's like, it's very like Tibet. That.
Okay.
I can do that. Other than that, yeah, shut it down. Shut it down. And I'm grateful that my husband, he don't really care, but no, actually he's a shut it down person too, because he's a light sleeper.
I sleep very heavy. So I could wake up in whole different buildings and be like, how'd I get here? Because I sleep extremely heavy. I sleep but I also grew up in a house with 6 other people. So if you thought that you was just gonna try to sleep light, then you wasn't gonna get no sleep.
Oh.
And my mom always said, you don't pay no bills and nothing revolves around you. Okay, so you had to learn to adapt.
Parents really talk to their kids that involuntarily came into the world any kind of way. That concept is wild. You went and had me and then decided you was gonna treat me like anything. That's wild.
Exactly.
Anyway,
I still am mad about paying these bills. But Ryan is fake because he looks like he has it together.
On the outside.
All you gotta do is open up the cabinet.
Open up one cabinet.
Girl, that's the shelf. I thought I was gonna see no groceries.
I
didn't think I was also gonna see broken shelves and things, and he's still utilizing it. He's broken aside and still trying to.
It's just gonna put that cup right on up there.
I said, it's a no for me.
Anything,
I think it helped Clara though, because
anything.
it made her feel like.
It humanized him.
You're not as high strong as you done put off to be to me.
Yeah. I think he is together to the extent that he knows how to be together. And they just got to work. I don't think they doing the child. That shelf was a mess.
It was a mess.
Now, what do we think though about Clara saying? Sometimes I feel like Ryan is like controlling me. One, I didn't like that she said Ryan is controlling me versus like Ryan is trying to control me. For some reason, I didn't like the distinction that I didn't like that. I'm like, cause girl, now he could try, but you giving into it is another thing. Okay. But I actually don't feel like I haven't gotten that off of him.
I don't think I think she's very sensitive. And I think that any shutdown to her person is a shutdown to her, just like in general. I understand what she's saying. So it's just like, as soon as he's like, you're too loud, she's immediately feeling like, oh my God, does he not like, me? Should I not be someone who speaks out? Like, she starts to second guess and then goes down this hole. And she's projecting those fears and frustrations onto him. I see myself in Clara a lot. Especially be falling in love every other day. I used to be like that. Oh, everybody was the one. Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to take feedback when you don't have the level of trust, like, that Tavon like loves you and cares for you and wants what's best for you. So if he says something to you that's a piece of critical feedback, you know that it's coming from a pure place from somebody who really wants you to be your best.
Well, at least after an hour of me in my head talking about how I'm gonna kill him, then that part comes out. Then like, well, I know he wants the best for me. It takes a minute.
I will avenge my friend.
It takes a minute.
And I would hate to have to lose both of y'all. But I'd do it.
I could break up with him today.
That's my friend. Because let me tell you something. When we have to do Hamilton night, sorry, friend, but his range is better than yours, and I need him.
He was in quiet.
You can't carry that many parts. You can't carry as many parts as Tater Bay can carry. So I'm sorry.
I'm enthusiastic about it.
Very enthusiastic. The energy is there. For sure. The spirit is there. Okay.
I can't.
But I need Tay to bear the buckle. Okay. So,
We'll be ending
okay.
this relationship soon.
Come on, wise
Yeah.
counsel. You know I did just get married. And I got a therapist. I be reading books and stuff. Look at my new book.
She said I'll be reading books and stuff. The power of a praying wife.
Let
You
me tell
know
you
what?
something. I'm
That's
trying to
what
be a smart page.
Paige be.
Not a
She's
dumb
quoted
page,
that
a
book
smart page.
several times.
Did she?
Yeah, so I don't know if
Let
you
me see. I'm gonna report back and let y'all know if she's selling propaganda that make people stupid. I'll let you know. But I think that might be on her own. I don't know if we can blame Stormy O'Marson for that. But I will follow up with a book report. Okay, with a review.
Excuse me. Taylor
Okay.
Day said do a book club on your channel. Talk about it. Oh, she don't like it that much, sir. So, moving on, I think that at therapy, it was really interesting of them trying to keep everything clean and nice and under control. I do like how Pastor Cal broke down what love is, and what it's got to do with it. Okay. And Ryan was looking a little taken aback. Like, do you mean all this time I should be with my ex? Because I did like to do those things for them, but I didn't think it was love. Like Ryan was in his head. He was like, now that you said something.
Now that I think about it, no, I think he was just starting a process. Just starting a process.
Girl, his face was like, Pascal, now if you make a conscious decision that you want to make sure that you do what's best for them, logically, Ryan said, oh my gosh.
Pastor Cal got the magic. Pastor
I
Cal got
have
the
loved
magic.
someone one day. Claire was smiling in tell her, Pastor.
Right, she was like, he about to get him to say that.
Tell her, Pastor. Take your time, Pastor. Take your time,
Right. But I think if he's that like Ryan's not like the gushy, like feely one, right? Like logic seems to be his thing. He's I think Pastor Cal is my favorite expert for sure. And I don't feel like we talk about the experts enough. I don't feel like we're seeing them that much this season. But I've always thought that Pastor Cal gave really great advice.
Yeah.
And it's been one of my favorite things about the show since I started watching. I always felt like I got great relationship advice. Even like I was watching before I got married, but it always was just like sound advice and like new ways to think about things. But I think this is helpful. Like I saw like a kind of a light bulb like go off for Ryan. Yeah. And for Claire, I'm sure like she slept easier that night because I don't think for her she needs it like she needs the I love you right now. But she's got to know that it's possible. And so like at least love me.
Yes, at least.
Love me.
I think that Clara, unfortunately, I think that she would take on a lot of emotional baggage. She would take on a lot of not that she needs to and not that it's healthy. But girl, if I can't even just get a I love you, I don't know. And I think that was like a minimal thing for her, girl. At least say you love me, okay? Because we even had SES yet, but the things we are doing, we're doing
she said, and we're doing them well.
Okay, fist pump to that.
And who's mad? Certainly not me.
Okay, Pastor. They said Pastor is the real.
It's the real deal. Is. And following his Instagram is popping. He's like great on Instagram, and he has an account called Marriage Ain't for Punks. Great advice, great stuff. I love his content. I love his content.
So then, before we get to the last,
his facial expressions do be a lot.
Let's get to Bree and Vicente.
Champagne Vinny.
Don't call him
my girl Bree.
Girl, be careful what you call them.
Well, I mean it in a nice way.
So they get to their apartment. Everything's like, cool. They gave us the pass the count thing before they got to their place. They kind of switched it up for us because Teddy Baby was like, so are we not gonna see them go to each other's homes or what? But they did go to the pastor first, and they said, "Girl, ain't no issues." Champagne Vinny, Vincente said, "Hold on, Pastor. She mean to me. I don't like how she talks. Sometimes she be very rude. We don't have the same communication style." He let it out. Vincente said, "How much time do you have, Pastor? How much time do you have?" And I know it must make Bree feel very uncomfortable because she was like, "Nope, we good," and he was like, "Well,
Yeah, I feel like he kind of blindsided her, unfortunately.
yeah,
But they don't have the rapport. That's the sad part. Is like, if y'all don't already have the rapport and like the communication style to like, hey, this is a thing that was bothering me. Like, I didn't like when you did that earlier. Then you feel like your first opportunity to say something is when someone asked you, right? I think it was still good that he said it when Pastor Cal asked, right? He could have been like, "No, we good," and like bottled it up, and then one day been like let it loose on her, like went crazy, right? But that's just, as his wife, I can see how like she would have felt like kind of caught off guard by that.
yeah."
Cause
She
like
looked
you ain't said nothing about that.
yeah, she looked down the whole time.
Yeah. Now can
And
we
he
talk
kept
about
going.
his God to relax? Just you know how you always say what you say?
What?
Holding on,
Holding on those buttons, holding on, and them
holding
buttons,
on
keep holding on.
to God's unchanging hand. He had enough button down. I said,
What you say, baby? I told you every time he get up on my screen, it's just be these last three, and it's all
no, it was the whole, it was pulling up under the armpit. It was everywhere. And I said to my Bookie, I said, now, Bookie, you tell me about men's shirts, but I don't understand. Like for blouses, this man is trying to get his button down blouses off. But as a person, okay, in the quarantine, I've put on some weight, right? And so some stuff just not for me right now.
right.
I
But
can't wear that right now because I'm going to be stretching those buttons out. They're not meeting where they should right now. They're not interacting how they should. They're stressing one another out. That button is stressing that hole out. That hole is stressing that button out. That thread is going to lose it.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe, I go from button downs to a nice tunic.
Okay. Yes.
I
Okay.
need a stretchy fabric, a nice cotton, something forgiving,
Yes. Okay.
a peplum, if you will. Baby doll A-line.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
think that's going to help us out for our current situation.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know that our friend Vicente, unfortunately, is really thinking about the changes. He wearing his old shirts on his new body, and that's no.
He's just happy because a busy has learned to love a hoodie in the summer, winters, falls, all that. Because at some point I get a little okay. I don't like to buy new clothes because I'm broke. Okay, so I just need to learn to fit back into the old ones.
Oh,
And
girl, we don't believe no part of that.
until I get back into the old ones, I'll be wearing hoodies. Okay, and hoodies have become my thing. Okay, it'd be 80 degrees. I say, I think I put on the shirt. I say, I think I need a hoodie. I think I need a belt. Okay, why is no one ready? Okay, I am ready to pull up.
Why is no one ready?
Why is no one ready? He be looking real. Just the clothes don't fit. Okay, she talk about donating. Girl, you need to go to get someone's donations because
And no, the thing is, like, if you're above your regular weight, we like for some of us, our weight fluctuates, right? Like, just don't wear those shirts right now. You can't fit that right now, and that's fine. Like, you know how many dresses I pass every day? Like, I just scoot. That's the summer collection. My summer body can get into the right now. I'm in my winter body.
Okay.
My winter body likes a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
My yoga pants come up to my bra.
Okay.
In the winter. That's what we're serving right now.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't go trying to put on the other stuff.
Say anything to him
About his shirts being little?
Yeah.
I think it's just too soon. Yeah. It's too soon. I don't think about like you dating somebody and like you knew them for a week. You gonna like go on them like that? Like y'all don't had a rapport. They not there yet.
That's true.
That's like circle of safety. Cause that's like I would feel like you was coming for me. Like I would call my friends and be like, "Let me say, yo, he just called me fat on a date." Like I would have my friends ready to pull up.
That's true.
Uh-uh.
And he's very sensitive, and we're starting to learn his sensitivity more and more and more and more. And I'm telling y'all, I feel like there was some truth.
You know what my husband, I don't see that yet. Vincent doesn't feel sensitive. Like he doesn't feel
The
overly.
way he cried and was like, how do you look at Vinny? Is he dumber than the other kids?
But I didn't feel like he
And I
was
said,
pouting.
where
I
did
think he
this
was
come
asking a
from?
question. No, you keep making little digs at me, and I'm asking you to unpack that. That's a microaggression. Like, don't say like, "Oh, how very Vinny of you." What you mean by that?
I don't think she meant it in
What you
that
trying
way.
to say?
And I don't, because I know that
No, say what you want to say. Say what you
me and
want to say. I'm
Timberlake.
clumsy. I'm dirty. I can't get myself. Like, say what you. I mean, you think I'm dumb? Say what you gotta say. That's not something. I don't like people dancing around. Don't try to make no fake joke on me. Say what you gotta say.
And I feel like that was the extreme escalation because I am Bree. I'm
They
like,
did. Now they did go. They did. The situation did. It did go from 0 to about 100
it went from 0 to
very
I'm about to
quickly.
go to the other room. No, I think I
No,
put my
I'm
clothes in
leaving.
the
Not
other
even I'm
closet.
sleeping on the couch. Not even I'm gonna sit on the couch and have a drink and not talk to you for 30 minutes. My friend said I'm going home. Yikes.
It escalated very quickly, extremely quickly. And
Yes.
he said, "You need to respect me. You gotta RESPE, respect me." And it was just like, start from the beginning. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what's wrong. And I need you to use your words because the words he was using, I would not have known where to go. Okay, say a little bit more for me. I just like you're not respectful and you need to respect me. And it's like, okay, I'm listening to what exactly triggered you. I don't even think I need to say anything because you know what you did is the jokes. Okay. A little bit more.
So someone's gonna have to guide the communication, and I think they're gonna struggle because neither one of them have the skills to do it.
Yeah, because I would feel like if I was Bree, we're already in the space, and I don't even know what I said to upset you. I don't know if it's my place to act like the line leader at this point because then I could be doing more harm than good.
Well, no, I think if you communication skills wise have the tools to like diffuse, right? Okay, like I feel like okay, you are clearly upset with me. So let's take a pause. I just want to take a step back. I did not intentionally do anything to upset you. That's not me saying that you cannot be upset, but I want you to know that I did not intend to upset you. Right now, I think we need to talk about how we got here so that we don't have to go here again. And I need us to like use our words and give details because I don't know what I did to bother you. Right? Now, if you don't have the tools or the strategies to do that, to like lead that conversation, neither one of them do, right? Then they're going to continue to do this because now she's going on the defensive because she feels like she's being blamed for something she doesn't know what it is. She's like, I was trying to, not tick him off or whatever. But the thing is, without him being specific about what's bothering him, there's no way for her to stop doing it because she doesn't even know what you're talking about. So you're not even giving her a chance.
You can't just say respect.
Like, what does that mean? And that means something different to everybody.
I was like, what is he? He closed that door like Chris does. And he said, I just feel like it's the lack of disrespect. And then walked out.
It's the lack of respect. Yeah.
She was like,
and that's
serious?
Yeah.
Well, what? Tell me more about it. Like I was with her and I was like, no, well, okay. Thank you for starting the conversation, Vincent. We need a little bit more than that. We just need a little bit more than that. Help her out just a little bit.
Yeah, they're gonna need some coaching.
What do I say? I don't even know what I did in the first time. Okay, because I will say I love how she felt the energy shift because I done dated some clueless people. I done been breaking glasses and everything. They be like, everything okay here? You ready for bed, sweetie? Oh, so you're not even catching on until
Yeah,
I'm
just
upset.
as I'm gonna be ready to go to bed right after I kill you.
So I do love that she saw. I do love that she saw or she felt the energy switch, and it seems as if she was trying to mitigate it from the part that she understood. Like, oh, well, you know what? Let's just unpack this stuff tomorrow. Like, we don't even have to. She kept trying to move with it, and he was still in his. And you have a right to feel however you want to feel as long as you want to feel it. Because she's like, we don't have to finish the champagne. Do you want to just start unpacking and putting our clothes away? His she consists that okay, this ain't working. Okay, well, let's put these away tomorrow. We don't even have to put it away right now. Let's you want to go to bed? Okay, well, let me change. Let's just change. Like it's okay. Like we don't even have to. It was she moved from the kitchen. We don't move slowly from the kitchen to the bedroom, working with him, and it still was just like say something, but say something. If you love me, won't you say something? Say something to me.
Say something. But if he doesn't know how to express himself yet in a healthy way. And my fear for her is getting caught up in like he's upset, so I have to do something about it.
Oh,
That's a big struggle. I used to have that struggle a lot, like just in dating and stuff like that. Like someone is upset and I feel like I have to do something
that was
about
my
it.
thing. Yeah,
And my therapist one time was like, but do you have to do something because someone like is upset? Like you don't have to do anything, right? Like
Mhm.
you can let them feel their feelings and let them know that like you love them and that you will be there when they, feel like talking. And you
Yeah.
don't have to take that on. Like you don't have to internalize that and then your night is whatever. Like you don't have to take that on. But again, I think if we back up, right, the whole thing is for so many couples, this is why they say like couples divorce because of communication and because of money, right?
Mhm.
Because we're not even talking about the issue. Because I think like her not making like snide remarks and like little jokes that he doesn't like, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think they could probably very easily like fade that out. But they can't even see eye to eye on like how to talk to one another. So they're fighting about how to talk
Yeah.
instead of talking about the thing that needs to be talked about. So they're just wasting all this energy because they can't even communicate. That's a hard like
You gotta set the rules
listen.
and know the rules. I say it all the time. Tay the Bay, no, I say
Uh,
it all the time. Can we at least get the rules down before we start to have these communications? Because now our communication is a lot better, but it's because we now had the rules. Before we ain't had no rules. Okay, but now we got
yeah. And they do need rules. Like you don't go sleep at your apartment, right? Like no one leaves is
yeah.
a rule, right? When we started dating, it was like no one threatens a breakup, right? So we never threatened breakups. So as a married couple, we never mentioned divorce. How people are like, you get me in like when we were in like premarital, like they're like, you should never mention divorce. And we were both sitting there like, who would say that? But that's because we built that when we were dating. Ain't nobody threatening no breakups. Ain't nobody going, where you going? Nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. Sit down. You mad? Okay, like, bye. Like, what do you want to take a walk? You want me to make you some cookies or something? I don't know. You want some ice cream? Let's go get some snacks. But ain't nobody going nowhere.
That's mature.
But that's a rule. No, but because you waste all this energy doing all this, and then tomorrow we'll be fighting about how hurt I was that you walked out the house, and then still not dealing with the issue.
That's
Now
true.
we mad at the thing that didn't have to happen, and it just compounds. Like it just adds unnecessary fuel to the flame because it's not even a part of the problem. You make the problem bigger by doing that, and
That's
for
true.
what? Especially when you know you coming back.
That's true. I always say let's go.
Listen, you know you going back. Do not drag that little bag down there. You not going. Come on, you going back. So you could just stop it right now. When we mad, sometimes we sleep, but like we put our backs to each other in the same bed.
Oh
And
no,
that's as mad as we could get. But I still be like my feet cold. I'm about to put my feet on your leg.
I don't like to go to
I
sleep.
know you mad at me, but my feet cold.
If I'm bad and I know we haven't resolved it, this where I have to stay because I can't be in the same bedroom with you if I'm upset. I can't
I
sleep.
wish I would sleep in that guest bed.
I can't sleep well because I'm thinking, look at your raggedy ass. sleeping like a baby.
Yeah.
No,
But
no.
I'm about to sleep like a baby too.
And that's why I had to get out and leave. Okay, at the
You
time.
can like fake slap them in the sleep or whatever. Like, you know, that ain't nothing. Sometimes you like act like you rolling over in a blanket, but you snatch all the blanket off of them.
Okay. So we got passive.
Strategies. Yeah, you gotta be passive aggressive, but ain't nobody going nowhere. Don't get carried away.
Strategies.
Like,
Strategies.
and baby, when I say this is jokes, I would never do that to you. When
See,
you say I take the blanket off of you, that's never true. That's never true on purpose.
Slightly, he sleeps pretty well regardless.
Don't give him no idea.
This is what the problem is. This is why I have to leave. This is why I have to leave the room, because whether I'm happy, sad, upset, crying, he gonna say, "Well, good night."
And that's okay. So I have some friends I have some friends who are a couple, and they're like 24, 25. And they kept doing this thing where they're breaking up and getting back together and breaking up and getting back together. And they really thought that like they had the most tumultuous relationship ever. Like, why do we have so many problems? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, look, you don't have any more problems than the rest of us have. The issue is that y'all have the energy to be staying up, fighting all night and throwing stuff and fake moving out and doing all of this nonsense, doing these scenes. We don't have the energy. Nobody's doing all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody doing all of them antics. I wish I would try to take a bag out of here. If you think my husband about to be chasing me down this street, trying to grab this bag for me, he about to be like,
now I don't got no energy to pack nobody.
now I'm not doing all of that. But what I'm saying, it's too far. It's a waste of energy. To what end? I'm coming back.
You hope.
Yeah, I'm mad. I mean, I could walk around here mad for a little bit, man. Sometimes I'll go escape to the bathtub.
Okay.
But ain't nobody, I just go have a little me time. I think it through or whatever. I might come back. I did not like what you said. Mm-hmm. It hurt my feelings. I did not like that. And that's it. And generally, he could just apologize. We can move on. Okay, thank you. I love you. And that hurt my feelings. And that's it. It don't never be that big of a deal. Like, people just put too much energy into the antics. Like, that's for the TV. That is not real life. You're going to burn yourself out doing all that nonsense.
Oh, it's just the busy in me. I want us to talk it through. And maybe it's also because of work. But
sometimes we can talk about it in the morning. Go to bed. Rest yourself.
I can't. So my mind be racing. And they'd be like, why? Then I turn into Jacob. It must be somebody else because you're sleeping so well. You ain't worried about me. You're not worried about me. That's why you're sleeping like a baby. And he sleeps so peaceful too. He smiles in his sleep.
Yeah. Because first of all, he know he could talk to you about it tomorrow.
Girl, if he make it.
That's security. If we know we about to be in here, we stand together, then it could wait till the morning. What's going to change? Nothing. Go to bed, get some rest. That's that Malcolm and Marie.
You hope I'm here.
That Malcolm and Marie gotta fight the battle right now. Here y'all are staying up all night, wrecking your relationship, saying stuff you can't never take back because you was what? Sleepy. Let me tell you what you're asking for. First of all, you're sleepy. You ain't nothing but tired.
That's what it is. You're just tired.
Ain't nothing positive coming out of my mouth when I'm that tired. I done this award show, this dress tight, my feet hurt. Then you want some macaroni and cheese, and I gotta listen to you talk about the cruise, all of that stuff. I got to go to bed. That's enough. That's enough because I could be my best wifely self to you in the morning, but right now ain't no more wife left, and I just got to lay it down.
I understand.
Y'all sleepy, and that's why you wreaking havoc in your house. All right. Anyway, let's move on along.
Yeah, for the last 10 minutes, let's talk about our favorite couple. I've been seeing a lot of reviews who call the television show Chris and Friends. But let's get to the
definitely thinking about.
Let's get to the last two individuals. I don't want to call them a couple. Let's get to the last individuals on the show. Paige goes on the plane by herself.
By herself.
Into the
by herself.
By herself. And this is where it starts to get pathetic. You already know I left her already. Her bus stop came a long time ago for me.
I ain't been seeking justice for her for weeks, honey.
Yeah, I'm done. I've been done with her. And the fact that she actually still decided that she was going to act like she was moving into this apartment further let me know this girl. And just look at disheveled. I moved into the apartment and nobody told you to do
I think she had to do, but she got to do the stuff she's supposed to do for the show. So it's not on her that she because Now I did. Those contracts got leaked. Did you see that?
I didn't see the contracts got getting.
Oh, the contracts got leaked. So sidebar. I learned last week, and I'll send you the link. If they leave the show, Lifetime like charges them $50,000. They fine them $50,000
Hey, man,
if they
because there's a
leave the
lot of
show.
money to put into this show.
It
Production
is.
isn't a
So
harvest.
so for this, it would have to be like Chris left, so then consequently I couldn't be on it anymore. So I
Yes.
would be dragging that bag into that apartment too. Cause y'all not finna get me. I'm doing all the stuff y'all asked me to do. I'm about to giving the cameraman a tour of this apartment and doing everything until y'all say, okay, thank you, sis. You're dismissed me. Thank you so much. Thank you for
Thank
having me. Everything was nice. Even the water was good. Thank you so much. But you won't be 555. You won't not for me for 50,000?
Amen.
Oh no. Oh no. It won't be me.
And you know, and I felt like that's how I felt during the last episode. We was talking about how Chris was acting. It's like, girl, production just asked us to ask a question. Girl, I didn't need you to fight me. Girl, I'm just doing what I was told in my contract.
I'm following directions.
Chris said his contract is different. He can whisper, turn on showers, not talk to you, leave.
Tell her to turn that mic off. You know, I thought about you when they was upstairs and it said, doo doo. Chris and Paige both turned their mics off. I said, oh, Busy would just die.
I'm having a heart attack.
Would just die. How dare you?
You know me so well. Because as soon as I said it, I'm thinking, Paige, turn the mic off too. I would have been, excuse me.
When I say y'all would have been out there like Spider-Man scaling up to that balcony, stuffing that little fuzzy microphone thing through that banister.
Right with the boom, okay?
Okay, because we entitled to get this tea. We want the tea, give it up. Give it up. Okay. So first, get off that flow, fool.
But you would be scaling the bar.
You got to climb. They wasn't that high up, first of all, because you could have got that joint over on that balcony, is all I'm saying. Okay. So I don't know if they find Chris. I'm just saying that in the contract, apparently it say like if you leave the show for anything outside of like death in the family and like extreme illness or something, it's like ironclad. Like you can't get out. So, anyways, all right. First of all, Chris deciding that he's going to Chicago for a couple of days to clear his mind.
That was not okay.
Like,
well, let us go.
First of all,
let us go.
First of all, you want to see your old thing. That's the first of all.
Amen.
And Paige talking about, oh, he's going to clear.
She's so freaking.
Okay, sis. Yeah. But the crazy thing is, what we do know is that what's said in the darkness by Chris, our good sis Paige always follows up and spills the tea. She's always going to tell. So I don't know why y'all still running showers and turning off mics. Because listen,
she realizes that yet.
She's going to tell. No, because she told.
She might as well.
That night when she went to that brunch and told his mama that shower incident, she came right out there. What he say? Oh, when we was in the bathroom, that his ex-fiance pregnant. But he had turned off the water so y'all couldn't hear him. She coming right out spilling the tea.
That's true.
I don't even know why they go through all these antics. She finna tell.
I don't think he knows that yet. I think that he thinks that she's on his side.
Oh.
And the way she plays,
is, but she's still gonna tell.
It's so frustrating. He gets there. He said, look, I'm getting back with my ex. And for 1 minute, for 30 seconds, Paige became the black woman I knew she could always be.
What, on that phone call?
Yes.
No.
For 30 seconds. When she said, I'm done with this, F this, F him, F you. When she said, F that, I said, this is the energy I've been waiting for. That you should have had a long time ago.
No, I'm not impressed. I wasn't impressed. Because we enjoyed it for those 30 seconds. Because my thing was anybody could yell on.
We got back
on a. When he's sitting next to you, you're not keeping that energy, sis. I don't care nothing about that. You with your girls. oh, he this, he that, and then he's sitting next to you and you he and skinning and grinning looking dumb.
Don't say that to me.
No, like if you don't say that to me. Girl, air him out. Air him out. That's what Jesus would want from you. I don't like because her understanding of Jesus is too limited for me. She's not thinking of Jesus' greatest moments, such as that time he flipped them tables over in that tabernacle because he told them stop playing with him.
Exactly.
Now, if you recall, he had said what he said, and they act like he had not said what he had said, and then he flipped them tables over. That's my favorite Jesus. This is Jesus I feel aligned with and attuned to. Get on that energy. Get on that energy.
That's not her favorite Jesus.
Get on that. Get on that.
That's not her favorite Jesus.
I'm just saying because he's the God of love and all of that, and he wants the people to live harmoniously. However, comma. Okay. Jesus wouldn't let people just play with him.
That's true.
He wrecked shop in that tabernacle.
He did.
Cleared it out. Now that's how you clear. Okay, cleared it out. The original clearer. Okay. The originator of a clearing. Clear him out, sis.
I can't read.
Because at this point, you got all the ammo, right? Like, clear him out. And this is why I don't have nothing left for Paige. Because all of this stuff has happened, and you do this week. You dragged me this week emotionally, and you not even, no, go in on this man. Go in. Defend yourself.
That's what I was
Finish him.
We got to go.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Because I don't like that.
So do you feel like, because you're more experienced with the show than I am, and I had heard a lot of rumors and I was watching a lot of reviews and people talking about, oh no, this is the experts' fault. They chose these people, da da da. It seemed like Pastor Cal was like, girl, what did we do?
Yeah, so I mean, look, who knows? I don't think that the experts have intentionally, I don't know that they would intentionally pick a bad person. But I think that they missed some red flags.
Okay.
To me, where they saw things as like, oh, that could be maybe a barrier. No, that's a shutdown, right? Like,
when he was talking to Ryan Cleary, he was like, this is why we picked, we loved your openness, and this is why we got Ryan, because hopefully you can bring that out of him, because it's something that's there. And I was like, don't intentionally pick a wall for me.
Yeah. So, yeah, as well. No, I agree. Yeah. I agree. Because it's like, oh, y'all could go well together, but there will be some conflict. You'll have some things to navigate, right? And like, yeah, that's good for TV, and it's going to, that's standard for any marriage, but for some people, I think like it's more for some than others, right? Yeah. So like the DC season, there's a couple that we call the bros, and there's no disrespect to the wife, but they were so much alike. I think Jessica and I can't remember her husband's name. But they were so much alike. They just were always on the same page. They never had like any conflicts. The one conflict they had the whole season, the show had to like hype it up and make it seem like a bigger thing than it was, because they just never got into it. Yeah. But they were just so like well matched, like temperament wise and stuff. And those couples are like pleasant, but they're predictable. And I don't know if they are people that like you would keep watching the show for, right? Because it doesn't add anything interesting. Although they're a good match. They're a good, like, boring match. Now, I like boring. I think boring is good for a marriage. Like, sit down somewhere, right? But I think for the show, yeah. I think they went too far on this one, though. Like, some of them have been like, oh, you know, it's nice to see them, like, work through some stuff.
Yeah.
Amani and Woody, right? But, like, some stuff is painful to watch. Paige and Chris, painful. That's hurtful to watch. This is too far. I've never seen anything like this in a wild thing is we thought Matt, if y'all watched Charlotte, we thought Matt was a wild boy. He was so like, he paid his wife no attention. He like acted like he was super in love with her for like 3 weeks. And then he started like going out and would come back like the next day and was like, I didn't know you would care if I didn't sleep at home. And she was like, what? You're married. What are you like, why would you just be, where were you? Like, he's like, oh, I slept on my friend's couch. But he was full of crap. But that was the wildest thing
A
we had
lot of
seen so
couches.
far. That was the wildest thing we had seen at
Yeah.
that point. Chris has
Shout-
just blown the
He took the cake. Okay. He said, "Where is
took
it?"
the
I'll
cake.
take it.
So I
So
would like to know.
go ahead.
So two things as we wrap up.
Mm-hmm. Did she done? No, 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 BB, BB. Y'all know what? She done fell out of the street. But we are gonna be wrapping up soon anyway, because we said we'd be going over an hour. But I'm gonna wait for the good because I'm not gonna close out the show without her. But y'all, so you got Paige and Chris. They sitting here talking to to Pastor Cal, and it was basically like, girl, what on? And Paige said, look, let me tell you what this man did. Okay. He's didn't like me. He never liked me. He slept with me. She basically told Pastor Cal everything. And Pastor Cal looking like this. What? What? He did what? Pastor Cal's the best girlfriend I never had. Okay, Pastor Cal's the best girlfriend I never had. I need somebody like that who's gonna be like, oh, my face so crusty, y'all didn't tell me. But Pastor Cal is the best girlfriend I never had. Okay, it was like, what, girl, 6 weeks. This process, Lord, Pastor Cal was the best girlfriend I never had. Okay, so they going through all that stuff, and what you know, who shows up? Chris had the nerve, the audacity, the mitigated gall, okay, to come on here in those skinny jeans, okay? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get crust off my face as I'm talking. This is real ghetto, but y'all will deal. In those skinny jeans and tell me, what's up? Hey, girl, welcome. Hey, how are you? I want a divorce. You could have did that behind the scenes. We didn't need you to come here to talk to us about this, but no, we know the real reason why. Because your stuff was in Paige's trunk. You needed to get your stuff out of Paige's trunk. Paige, he's using you. He's using you. You got my stuff. Yes, it's in the trunk. How is your stuff in Paige's trunk when y'all took separate flights to different places? Y'all went to 2 different places. Paige, why? What stuff do you have of his in your trunk? Did anybody else? Thank you. Redella said, why did she have his stuff? That's what I want to know. How is his stuff in your trunk when he went to Chi-Town after the funeral? I mean, y'all honeymoon. How does he have your stuff, your BB bag?
Sorry, we had a little Wi-Fi situation. Thank you so much. I don't know why his stuff was in her trunk, but when they got to that garage, this like he. Okay, let me just get into this because this whole conversation with Pastor Cal and then the exit from the apartment building was deeply troubling for me.
Extremely. I got
extremely.
Nervous. I shouldn't have to feel like that with a TV show.
The smile, like the snicker thing that like Chris was doing when he was being asked questions, like this woman has not felt valued by you in any capacity except for sexually, and he was like, "What? You're a sicko. You are a sicko." Okay. Yuck. Then this woman, I thought it was going to be a simple, like, clean break, whatever, get your stuff. But now I feel confused. Are we? So Paige operating like she has no power is really irritating me. Mm-hmm. How clean cut this breakup is really in this moment up to you.
Girl,
Because
you got the power at this point.
you have the power. You usually do. You look crazy. You get to this garage. You want him to pay attention to you. You looking for a tee-hee-hee or whatever. And he looking at you like the dumb that you are.
Yeah, like,
I just don't get it. Like,
here's my bag.
What I'm trying to figure out is poll for our viewers. Why do we think Paige is so like attached to Chris, right? Is it the attachment to Jesus, this idea of Jesus? Is she just dumb? Do we think Chris put that yang on her? And now she can't walk away? Because I can't imagine. The people on Twitter said this man came in Charlotte Russe jeans last night.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
That's what they said. That was a women's pant.
Well, you
built like a child. You built like a child. So I can't even see how you was ever doing it like that. Because you're childish.
I can't see her put anything down. Okay, anywhere.
I can't see it anywhere.
I am starting to feel like she's been undervalued, and she thought that this was her chance. And even this was not her chance.
You know what's wild though?
When you're that broken, you'll try to make anything work.
Yes. And I feel very bad that Paige has reached this point and that she has not realized that a lot of that is up to her. There are people who will treat you like anything because they just see an opportunity to do so. If I was letting people treat me any kind of way, they would treat me any kind of way, right? But like, I have power in that situation to say what I believe I'm worth.
Agree, and you do it. People will say, hard stop, just like the internet connection. So y'all, we're gonna wait for her to get back and then we're gonna close it out seriously. How was he homeless? His family seemed like they were involved in his life or in another matter. Y'all, I don't know, because it did say BB said I could shut down. I don't know if he was ever, he said he was homeless. So y'all, look, let me tell you what I did find. Let me show y'all what I found. Let me show y'all what the girl found. BB said I could shut it down, so I'm gonna shut it down for y'all. Let me show y'all what I did find about Mr. Chris, okay? And him going to this is his Instagram. Let's go to the man's Instagram. Because I was going through his Instagram today because I found his Instagram, y'all. I found the man's Instagram. Judge your mother. Look. Okay. There's so many things that make me feel like you're not telling the truth. There's so many things that make, he done shut it down. Yo, I was just on his page today and I should have followed. And I did not do my due diligence. Yo, I feel like I'm new to the game. But y'all, I was on his Instagram today, right? And basically he was doing these videos like, yeah, I never let my family know and all of this stuff. And I was watching these videos because everything was about how sad his life is. Everything was about the Subway that he opened up. Oh no! And then one lady was like, "How did we go from?" Z David said you were supposed to follow it. I know. I'm an amateur. Y'all, thank you so much for rocking with me and BB. I wish I had more tea to give, but I can't spill it because the thing is locked. The thing is closed. It's down. If you want to know more about me and everything that's going on, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter, BusyBlu, no space, no E. You can also find me on Facebook, BusyBlu, where truthfully, I ain't nothing going on over there. You could also look for everything that has to do with BB in the description box. She has her first video coming up, and she actually recorded one today that should be coming out. So y'all check that out. She's getting into the groove of things, and I'm loving it. Okay. Thank you so much for rocking with me, y'all. And do anything in your life. You could be whatever you want to be in your life, except for Chris and Paige. Good night.